Now let's hear about Wuxy and what he thinks on the Corsair conflict. Let's check it out. Let's see what he has to say.
Oh my god, am I really going to have to Wuxplain this thing?
We'll explain it.
So over the last few days on Spectrum, there's been this back and forth about these Corsair adjustments. After reading many very inflammatory posts between thinking that the PvE ship is finally going to be knocked down or that people should make any kind of adjustment, I actually wanted to...
First off, let me just say, on ships like the Corsair and others of the same class, in terms of size, these are multi-crew ships, and a lot of the feedback comes from people that are solo flying these ships. So I will say that a lot of the criticisms that I see on Spectrum are from people that are solo flying the ship. And a lot of people don't look at the differences between manufacturers and ships of the same caliber or class, because there are a lot.
Take a look at the side by side and see what it is that we're looking at. I think the findings will actually show that there's a lot to be added to the conversation, because it's not just about a ship having too many weapons or a ship needing adjustment. It's actually the way the thing operates and its purpose inside the game. For full transparency.
Stutter says, is this what Scooter sounds like on slow-mo? Listen, Wuxy's very chilled. He's very laid back. I haven't seen Wuxy in chat. I think Wuxy may be away right now, but Wuxy is here in chat. Wuxy, I would like to say this, constructive criticism. Definitely need to upgrade the audio in terms of a microphone. You got kind of like a chamber effect going on here. But I'll listen. I'll keep going. There's Wuxy.
My Corsair.
No, it's more the audio, bro. I'm cool with your chilled back way of talking about it. I think it's more the mic, perhaps.
I don't solo a con.
Yeah, no. You should give it. Already, I'm going to tell you what. Already, I'm kind of pulled into this, despite the audio. I'm just letting you know, Wuxy. This is what we do here. Constructive criticism, bro. I would just upgrade the mic, and I think it's worth it. For already, I'm digging the style of the editing. I'm digging the video.
That I make are based off of what the group is doing. Now, if CIG wants to incentivize group gameplay, give you something to use your hammerhead for, give you a reason to go grind bunkers with a group, great. But as it stands right now, there's no reason whatsoever to group up and do anything in this game. Instead of grinding these bunkers 100 times, you're going to have to grind them 5,000 times because you have 5 people in your group. Based off of the store page, these are all listed as explorers. When you take a look at the size, function, crew, these are the ones that actually you can use to make this comparison.
Yeah, this is a great comparison here. Let me get out of the way real quick. So Wuxy's comparing the Corsair, the Kia, the Phoenix, and the 400 quack, the Darkwing Duck Mobile, the 400 Darkwing Duck. Can't stand the 400. Every time I see one to salvage or in my sight, I shoot it down. Listen, I'm just letting you know right now. If I see you flying one of these, I'm shooting at it. I can't stand the 400. Origin ships make me mad. As a Drake man, let me just say that if I see you flying in an Origin right now, I'm going to shoot you just for flying an Origin. I'm very upset at you. You're very well off. You're a corpo. You're flying around in your rich ship, in your rich spaceship. I'm going to shoot at you, especially if in your 400. Darkwing Duck. Quack.
So now
quack. What's up, Tooth Fairy? How you doing, bro?
The website has for each of these ships. This would be everything
kind of rude, but okay.
To their missiles.
Welcome to DG360.
What I'm showing is that I'm getting the information directly from CIG, and then I'll also be using
I know Thunder loves Origin too
to do these comparisons, but I'm just providing visual representation of what it is that we'll be talking about. So now this is where the proof in the pudding
starts. So here you go. This is great. He's pulling up the data right now. I would probably tell you Like you're gonna notice probably changes in like the hit point area. Where's our hit points? The most
stuff actually kind of comes down to play.
Yeah, look at the hit point differences here. Like the Corsair's at 91k. You got the Kia at 180k. You got the Phoenix at 161 and the 400 at 80.
When you take a look at each of these things compared side by side, while there's a deviation in crew size, I think the Aquila and the Phoenix should probably be crew size of 4 or 5. Most of the stats generally stay the same between pitch, yaw, roll, looking at the nav speed, looking at the SCM speed. The offset here would be the Aquila, which has a 988 max nav speed. Where it starts to get really interesting is further on down the line. And this is at the point where we start talking about hit points.
God bless you. God, Wuxy. Wuxy. There you go, dude. Wuxy, you're on this, bro. Listen, get yourself a better microphone, man. I'm telling you what. I'm telling you what, I'd watch more. Like you're fucking on point,
the Corsair
dude.
has 91,000 hit points. The Aquila has 180,000 hit points. The Phoenix 161, and then the 400i 80,000. While the shield size remains the same based off of vertical, it actually looks like this is where the deviations actually start, and this is where you're making those decisions. And those decisions being, am I going for more pilot controlled DPS? Am I going for better turrets? Am I going for style and luxury? The way this adjustment is going.
If you are going for style and luxury, everybody knows you must go with Drake. We love duct tape. Let's hear it for Drake. Let's hear it for Drake. Origin who? Origin who? Origin what?
The numbers for the turrets on both the Aquila and the Phoenix will go up simply because they're upgrading those turrets from size 2 to size 3.
Debate between Fab and Coob
the
right
changes
now in the chat
for the Corsair will be that the pilot will control
like
2 less size 5s, and then the co-pilot in the Corsair is going to have to make the decision: does he choose between 2 forward-facing 2 size 5s or a 360 rotational size 2? And then the other interesting...
Listen. And if you got the Corsair, you know, you're probably questioning, like, well, what about those turrets on the side? Listen, it's a design. They meant to do that. Okay, you don't have full coverage on purpose because it's Drake and it doesn't need full coverage with turrets. Plus, turrets suck anyway. So, like, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so don't get on Drake for the 2 turrets on the side because they're not supposed to cover everything. Okay, I don't want to hear it from Drake haters. All right, that's just how we design our ships. Okay, that's what we do.
Thing here to look at is the missiles. The 400i has the most missile DPS.
Right, just spin it.
Followed
Right,
by
PC.
the Aquila, Phoenix. Then we come down to the Corsair.
Right, PC.
These are things that actually
everybody knows that about Drake,
because it's not just pilot controlled DPS when it comes to the guns. It's also the DPS when it comes to the missiles. And the other interesting thing is take a look at these IR signatures. This is incredible.
Oh, wow. Look at the IR signatures. This is crazy, man. Wow. The Corsair with all its duct tape has the highest IR signature here. Oh, man. Hold on a second. Let me look at this. Wow. Check that out. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. That's so you can see us. That's because it's a stylish ship. You understand? We want you to see us from very far away. Look at what we're flying. We're flying up here in the best ship ever. So we want you to see us from far away. Okay? Don't get on me about the IR stats. Stop it right now.
The Corsair will be visible
That's Drake
from
engineering
a lot
at its
further
finest
than it will with these other ships. So now I'm going to actually show you footage from inside the cockpit of the ships, where the turrets are located, cool. And then going to go into the coverage. Now I'm starting with the 400i because this is the outlier. This is the one that isn't bristling with a bunch of guns. It has guns, it has turrets, but the other thing is missiles. And when you take a look at this turret coverage, the top turret in the back almost allows 360 view. The one on the bottom allows 360 view from underneath it, meaning that at any point in time, if all stations are
this
crewed,
is good, Wux. This is good.
this
Don't
ship
worry, dude.
actually has 360
Just
degree
a little bit
coverage,
better, Mike.
utilizing 3 people in 3 different seats. Now, the Connie, I did something a little bit different with. Obviously, they're built generally about the same, but when you're taking a look at turret coverage, the Aquila is not going to have that turret on the top.
Yeah.
So I will show top coverage, and then I'll show bottom coverage. The result from this is essentially when you're picking up that extra scanning suite from the Aquila, you are giving up your ability to have that top turret. The bottom turret, however, as you can kind of see right here, actually provides that full 360 underneath. The Aquila is not as well protected. However, the Constellation Phoenix does have pretty much full 360 degree protection around this ship.
That just, every time I climb into one of those, it always makes me feel like the ball turret of a B-17. Like every single time, man. Every single time.
If all of the seats were manned. The issue with this ship is almost everything it has firepower wise is facing either forward or to the side. As I get into this turret, you can see that there's limited range when it comes to where this thing can fire. Towards the front, you can actually get a firing solution, once again, forward facing. But when it comes to the side and to the back and the top, you're really kind of limited with these side turrets.
But it's not a limitation. It's not a limitation. It's a feature. Okay, that's one area I have to correct you on, Wux. like PC said, just spin the ship. Just spin the ship.
The interesting thing, however, is the top turret allows for 360 degree coverage from the top of the ship, not all the way around the ship. If you have this ship,
I like the background music you're using,
and fully gunned as it is right now, you will not be able to provide any kind of coverage to this backside back here. Everything in this ship is facing forward. And the other issue that this ship faces is crew seats. There is no way you can allow the slaving to that top turret to any other seat but the co-pilot, because there's not any seats to be had. And before people start arguing about, well, the reclaimer's this way, this is that way, I'm not here to make the argument that more seats need to be added. I'm talking about the way that this ship was designed. This ship was designed to be everything forward facing. The negative aspects of it is going to be that you're not going to have coverage in the back. The co-pilot will now have to either figure out how to quickly find the buttons, hotkey them, whatever, to go from being able to protect the back or protecting the front. But essentially, this is the issue when it comes down to having that co-pilot seat take multiple different roles. There's no crew stations like the other ones. They have 3 seats sitting up there. Your gunners are going to be your co-pilots. Or for the Connies, you have co-pilot seats and then the gunners are independent. I think what has to be taken a look at here is that this thing was designed for a specific purpose.
right?
And the seats aren't there to facilitate that adjustment. All right, so now I'm going to kind of conclude my findings. Now, these findings are not based off of what's in the test universe that's not been formally committed to the patch or anything else like that. This is the results as they are right now. I'm actually going to kind of go in reverse order here. 400i, where it wins.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right.
It is a very pretty ship. It's impressive. It's got luxury. It has those amenities and views. It has the capability for a rover. It has the capability for the bike. And this ship is designed with that luxury type exploration in mind. You and a
Zav, bless you, bro. A ship only a mom could love.
couple of friends want to go tool around, and you're
Zav,
not
you've been
really
cracking
looking
me
at
up
getting
lately,
dirty.
bro. You got to
You're
get
just
over here and
going
you
out
got to
there and
host the
trying to
show,
do it in
man.
style.
That's it. I
That's
got to
where
buy you a
this thing
ticket.
kind
You're
of
hosting
shines.
the show. You're going to host during CitizenCon, man.
And
We
a
call it
couple
Zap
other like, high
360.
points for the 400i. This thing comes with 32 missiles. It has 16 size 2s and 16 size 1s.
Zap's always entertaining, man.
It actually makes this thing kind of nice, but it's not going to be that offensive powerhouse. This is a reasonable turret.
It only hurts a
reasonable
little
forward
bit,
guns,
Zap.
and a healthy size
You'll get
of
used
missiles.
to the pain, bro.
If this is your gameplay style, and this is the kind of thing that you'd like to do, by all means, grab
It's
the
a good pain, man. It's
and then
good
we're going
pain.
to roll on to the Aquila. A couple of finer points about the Aquila. This thing does come with an Ursa rover. I do not believe it comes with the snub ship. However, it does have the capability of supporting the snub ship. You're taking a look at giving up one of those turrets for a
I hear him right now. He's
healthy
fighting that fly
radar
upstairs still.
suite or scanning suite. This thing does have 24 size 2 missiles, making it a little bit kind of healthy as well when it comes
This
to
is the ship.
missile capabilities.
Like, listen, back in the days when you had your action figures and your Star Wars ships, right? This is the one I would have picked up at KB Toy Store, dude. This is the one. Like, if I saw it just like this in a package, I'd be like, shit. But Mom, this is the ship, man. It's the ship right here. Pick that shit up. Pick it up now.
And it's got those
Got that look.
forward-facing
Like
guns
that
that you
look.
can have size 5s on. The ship can almost
This is-
defend
yeah, dude.
itself with full
Don't remind me,
coverage.
Pat.
However, this thing
KB Toys,
is
right,
in mind
Panda?
for those people who are kind of going out there and doing
KB
the real
Toys.
scientific style exploration. This isn't luxury. This is going out and getting the data, getting the numbers, and of course it does have the capability of defending itself. And next we got Constellation Phoenix. They're comparing it to the Andromeda. The Andromeda has more missiles. However, when it comes to this thing, I am not calling this an exploration ship. This is what CIG has done. They have said this is an exploration ship, so I'm using this as the comparison. Now the pros. This thing still does have, I believe it's 28 size 1 missiles. So not all of the missiles are gone, just some of them. This thing has 2 turrets, one top, one bottom, that will allow it for 360 degree coverage when it comes to protection. And it has those pilot controlled weapons. This thing comes with the Lynx rover. This thing comes with the snub fighter. If you're going to be doing exploration and you want to do that safari style, bougie, glamping style
Glamping.
exploration,
Wuxy.
this is your ship. This ship is kind of
love
like
it.
your
I love it.
prospector. Not in the Misk Prospector type, but like panning for gold type. This is your gold rush ship. This is your dude working in the wilderness ship.
Yeah.
It has no bells. It has no whistles.
Doesn't need them.
It
It
has
is the bell
no
and the
rovers,
whistle.
has no snubs. It has forward-facing guns.
Right.
And that's it. It has the 4 size 5s that are controlled by the pilot, 2 size 4s that are controlled by the pilot. After that, the turrets get sketchy. You have 3 turrets with size 2s, and only one of them are actually able to shoot to the back. While I'm not saying this thing should not be adjusted, I think the adjustment that they're looking at might not be well conceived, because at any point in time, if this thing was fully crewed, and engaged in combat, all of its turrets cannot be engaged at the same time.
I was just thinking the same thing. Zav says that you sound a little bit clearer on this, and then I saw Wuxy type it. I was rocking back and forth, so your mouth was actually closer to the mic. So that's interesting. I still say buy like an Audio Technica mic. They're like $100, and the sound's pretty good off of those. You don't have to spend a fortune, you know. I'd say buy what, like a 101, like an Audio Technica 101. I think it's around like $90 or something. It's a good overall beginner mic, man. Do it. I like what you did, Wuxy. Dude, I like the background music. I liked your point of view. You had great opinions. You were looking up the stats on ships. You were doing everything I like, man. Like in terms of content, let's hear it for Wuxy, man. Way to go, member of the Communitai. Yeah. How many subscribers you at now, Wux? It's been a while since I've seen your channel here. Wow, look at you go. Cool, dude. Last time I think he had like 100 subscribers. He's almost at 200 subscribers. Let's try and get him at least to 200. I know it's hard now that I'm shadow banned by YouTube because I got the copyright strikes, so it's going to be hard for the next few months. But if you're here live, go over and check out Wuxy's channel and then go subscribe to him, please. Awesome dude. And really, really great. Would you do it?